Welcome to BD Daily Tech News Podcast, your daily briefing on tech and innovation. It is 2026, June 3rd, and today, AI is no longer politely sitting in a chat window. It is filing claims, moving onto Windows PCs, squeezing into edge devices, clustering locally, and tapping on the door of the human nervous system.
So the software intern got promoted to operations manager, field technician, and possibly cyborg roommate. Great. I knew giving autocomplete confidence was going to end with a clipboard and a keycard.
Story 1. Travelers built an AI-powered claim assistant with OpenAI. The stated goal is to guide customers through filing claims, provide 24/7 support, and scale operations when demand spikes, like after storms or other high-volume events.
That actually sounds useful, because nothing says emotional recovery like waiting on hold while a phone menu asks if your roof is still emotionally available. But what is the tech doing here besides wearing a tiny insurance blazer?
Simple version. Imagine a claims form that can talk, ask follow-up questions, summarize your answers, and route the case to the right workflow. The value is not that AI replaces every expert. It reduces friction at the front door, especially when thousands of people need help at once.
I like the front door idea, but I want a very sturdy lock on that door. Claims involve addresses, photos, loss details, and stressful life moments. If the assistant is wrong, confusing, or too cheerful, suddenly your flooded basement is being handled by a golden retriever with a database.
That takes us to story 2. Microsoft and NVIDIA announced new tools for building personal AI agents on Windows PCs. The pitch is that creators, developers, and AI enthusiasts can run agents that interact with the PC, assist with tasks, and connect local hardware with AI workflows.
Personal AI agents on my PC sound amazing and terrifying. Amazing because maybe it can organize my files. Terrifying because my downloads folder is a crime scene with PDFs named Final, Final 2, and truly final, I swear.
The analogy is, your PC becomes a workshop, and the agent is a junior assistant that can use tools inside it. The serious part is permissions. If an agent can open apps, move files, or run code, users need clear limits, logs, and a big red undo button.
I disagree slightly. Everyone keeps saying permissions like normal people read permission screens. We do not. We click yes because the printer is blinking and society has failed us.
Fair correction. So the design challenge is not just technical, it is behavioral. Story 3 shows why that matters. NVIDIA's JetPack 7.2 focuses on deploying agentic-ready AI at the edge with memory efficiency, especially on Jetson devices for real-world systems.
Translate edge for the normal humans in the room, including me and my emotionally unstable Wi-Fi router.
Edge AI means the device makes decisions nearby instead of sending everything to a cloud data center. Imagine a warehouse robot that cannot wait for a round trip to the internet before avoiding a pallet. Memory efficiency matters because small devices have limited compute, power, and space.
So Edge AI is basically giving the robot local common sense, instead of making it call headquarters before not driving into a wall. I support that. I also support not being flattened by a forklift that is buffering.
Story 4 is related, but bigger. NVIDIA describes running local AI agents with faster models and multi-node clustering on DGX Spark. The key phrase is long-running autonomous agents, which need large context windows and may run multiple tasks at once.
Large context window is when the AI remembers the whole meeting, the project history, and the fact that I promised to send notes by Friday. Horrible technology. Deeply useful. I hate that it has receipts.
Here is where I reverse my earlier caution a little. Local agents can be safer than cloud-only agents if sensitive data stays on a controlled machine or cluster. But safer does not mean safe by default. Developers still need sandboxing, audit trails, and failure modes that do not require a detective board with red string.
Look at you, changing your mind in public. Growth. The agentic era is not just smarter bots. It is infrastructure. Chips, memory, operating systems, developer tools, and a lot of settings menus pretending to be personality tests.
Final story. MIT Technology Review reports that China has approved what it calls the world's first invasive brain-computer chip. The article centers on Dong Hui, age 39, who had spinal cord injuries from a car accident 6 years earlier and who last October tried writing by holding a pen.
That is the kind of tech story where the jokes need to step back a little. The promise is huge. Communication, movement, independence. But invasive means surgery, medical risk, long-term maintenance, and brain data that deserves more protection than my streaming password.
Exactly. The simple version is that a brain-computer interface tries to read neural signals and translate intent into action, like moving a cursor, controlling a device, or eventually assisting communication. The real test is not one dramatic demo. It is safety, reliability, consent, clinical evidence, and support after the headline fades.
So today's theme is clear. AI is leaving the browser and entering boring places, physical places, private places, and extremely personal places. The boring places may change your workday. The personal places may change the definition of privacy.
Quick recap. Travelers and OpenAI show AI as a service guide. Microsoft and NVIDIA push personal agents on PCs. JetPack 7.2 and DGX Spark point to edge and local agent infrastructure. And China's brain chip approval reminds us that the frontier is not just digital, it is biological.
My actionable takeaway. Before you invite an AI agent into your workflow, ask 3 questions. What can it access? What can it change? And who is responsible when it confidently rearranges your life like a productivity raccoon?
And for developers or tech leaders, the opportunity is to build agent systems that are useful, observable, and permission-aware. Convenience will get attention. Trust will determine adoption.
If this helped, subscribe to BD Daily Tech News Podcast. Like the episode, and tell us in the comments which AI agent you would actually trust. Mine can start with the Downloads folder. If it survives, we discuss email.